Hi viewers, welcome to the 14th lesson in our series of lectures on genetic resources and conservation. Today we are going to study about the biodiversity. What is biodiversity? As the word indicates, it is a made up of two words. That is actually the word biodiversity is a contraction of a word that is biological diversity. And if we see the word biodiversity, bio means life and diversity mean variety. So in very simple words, biodiversity means variety of life. And when we talk about life, it includes all the living organisms that are present on earth. So biodiversity is a variety of different forms of life on earth, and this term includes all the plants, animals, microorganisms, aquatic species, and everything, and the genetic material that is present in them, and the changes in that genetic material, and the ecosystems that these species or these different organisms make. This all make the biodiversity. This all comes under the umbrella of biodiversity. Biodiversity is a life supporting system because the biodiversity is important for maintenance of a balanced ecosystem, and a balanced ecosystem is very good for the survival of the species. There are various types of biodiversity. First of all, we will be talking about the three main types of biodiversity. These are most common ones. First of all, the genetic diversity. As the name indicates, it deals with the changes in the genetic material. So the variety or the difference of genes that are present in different species, which include plants, animals, microorganisms, or all the other living organisms, this make a genetic diversity. This is the changes in the genetic information of individuals belonging to different species. And then is the species diversity. The species diversity is a variety of species. As the name indicates, the variety of species. And this term includes, or this term is, the species diversity is measured in terms of species richness and species abundance. The species richness means the number of species that are present in some geographical area, in a defined area. So the different number of species, and the species abundance means the number of individuals in each species. For example, if we talk about one geographical area where some cattle are living, some buffaloes are living, so the species richness of that area would be 2 because we have only two species, one is cattle and one is buffalo. But when we talk about the species abundance, then we will see the number of individuals in that species. For example, we talk about the number of individuals in cattle species. Either the cattle species will have 50 individuals, there are 50 cattle, or there are 100 cattle. And when we talk about the buffalo, then in the species abundance, we will see that how many buffaloes are there. Are there 10 buffaloes, or are there 20 buffaloes, or are there 100 buffaloes? So if the species abundance is more, and if the species abundance of all the species is almost equal, then we will say that there is more diversity. But if the individual or if the species abundance of one species is more than the other species, then it means that diversity is less because the species abundance is less. However, the species richness would be the same. The third type of biodiversity is ecosystem biodiversity, as the name indicates that the variety of ecosystems. So this type of biodiversity deals with the different ecosystems in a different geographical areas. So this also deals with the overall impact of these ecosystems on the human existence and the environment. So this is the ecosystem diversity, which compares or which deals with the differences in the ecosystems in one geographical location. Then there are some other types of biodiversity as well. These are also known as the scales of biodiversity, and sometimes these are said as perspectives of ecosystem biodiversity. Sometimes they are taken as the subtypes of the ecosystem biodiversity. But these are basically the measurements of the diversity on the basis of geographical location. There are three types of biodiversity, or we can say that there are three scales of biodiversity. One is alpha diversity, beta diversity, and gamma diversity. If we see this picture, in this picture you can see some dotted circles. So these dotted circles, they are representing different ecosystems. So here one circle is representing the alpha diversity, which means that the diversity in one geographical location. And when we compare, or when we compare two ecosystems or the ecosystems in two geographical locations, then this is beta diversity. Because if we compare this circle with this circle, so this is one ecosystem and this is the second one. So when we compare these both, this make a beta diversity. But when we see this whole geographical location where there are different ecosystems like a mountain ecosystem, plain ecosystem, and this is a region where some water is present and the species richness is less in comparison to this region. So this whole region, when we compare this whole region, this make the gamma diversity. So here are some specific definitions for the alpha diversity and the beta diversity. So alpha diversity is a biodiversity in a particular area, right? So it is usually measured in terms of species richness. We only see that how many different species are there. So when we talk about the beta diversity, in this we compare two regions or two ecosystems, or we can say that we compare two alpha diversities. So when we compare two regions, we see for the species that are unique in those regions. So there must be some species that are common in both of these regions, but there will be some species which will be unique between these regions. So the species that are unique between these regions, they makes the beta diversity of those two specific geographical locations. So when we talk about the gamma diversity is the total species richness of a larger area or region. Gamma diversity is the total diversity of that landscape. It includes both alpha diversity and beta diversity. As we say that in the gamma diversity, we see for the species richness. So in this, we only take the unique species that are present in those geographical locations. So the common species, they are not counted for twice or thrice, they are counted for only once because they are common in those regions. So gamma diversity includes both alpha diversity and beta diversity. So viewers, this was our lesson on the biodiversity. In this lesson, we studied about the types of biodiversity and scales of biodiversity. These scales are according to the geographical location, while the diversity types, they are based on different levels like the genetic material, the changes in the genetic material, or different species or different ecosystems. So for my more videos on biodiversity, especially for the measurement of this alpha, beta, and gamma diversity, please see my next video. That will be on the measurement of alpha, beta, and gamma diversity. So viewers, for my more videos about, please subscribe to my channel, that is MH Biology, and keep watching my videos. Goodbye.